There has to be one somewhere. Like, how can there not be one? I have to find one. All right, where are you at? Where are you at? Finally, there it is. Let's go get this bad boy. Finally. Do you know how long I've been looking for a BMW so I could include it in this video? Weeks. It's weeks, and I know. I live in the Nashville area. Like, it shouldn't have been that hard. But it's just one of those odd situations, like trying to find a BMW to use as B-roll in the video. Anyway, I found it. It's a black BMW behind me. So why in the world did I need a black BMW or any BMW for this video? Well, you're gonna find out why right now. So why the BMW? Why did I need this BMW for the video? Well, first, a fun fact. I had an ambitious goal of driving a BMW after I graduated college. Now, thankfully, I didn't make that stupid financial decision because that would have left me broke. Young, dumb, and broke. Actually, that has nothing to do with this video, but what the BMW has to do with this video is highlighting what is the #1 reason why people fail whenever they're trying to start a side hustle, start a side business, or start a business. And that's what I want to share with you right now. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Wealth Hacker Labs. And today we're talking about the BMW method. And this is the #1 reason why most people fail at becoming an entrepreneur, at starting a business to where they actually make it. But we're not talking about starting a BMW dealership. No, what we're actually talking about is a stage that people do not make it through whenever they're trying to become successful at this business or whatever they're trying to start. So what does BMW stand for? Well, it stands for below minimum wage, the below minimum wage stage. So what am I talking about here? Who I'm talking to here are the people that think that success happens overnight, that you can start a new business, start a side hustle, or invest in some new venture, and then tomorrow you're gonna become a millionaire and money is just falling from the sky. Whee! In reality, that doesn't happen. It takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of sleepless nights to where your side business, your venture, whatever it is that you've launched, is actually producing a meaningful income. The ones that get it are willing to invest all the time and energy they have. If they don't have a lot of money, then that's all they have to invest is their time and their energy. So they'll give up their evenings, they'll give up their weekends, they'll give up their Netflix, yes, even their Netflix, to make sure that whatever it is that they are trying to launch and trying to make it is going to succeed. Which means that for several months and maybe even several years, they're willing to do whatever it takes and make next to nothing and make below minimum wage to make it work. They survive that BMW stage. So you're probably asking yourself, how do you know this? How do you know that most successful entrepreneurs have to survive this BMW stage? I know this, for one, I experienced it firsthand. See, whenever I launched my online business, more specifically my blog, I didn't know what I was doing. So I spent a ton of time researching and writing and just doing everything I needed to do to get it going. And it took me a long time before I finally got paid. So how long did it take and how much did I get paid? Let's go ahead and calculate some of these numbers. So I figure on average, I was investing about 25 hours of my time per week. So that was 100 hours per month. And it took me 9 months or 900 hours before I finally got paid. How much did I make? Well, I made from Google AdSense $152. You see how this is gonna be well below minimum wage, right? So 900 hours divided by $152 is 16 cents. We wanna round up 17 cents an hour is how much I made. So yes, for 9 months, my average hourly rate was 17 cents per hour. But I was determined to get this thing to work. And I'm not the only one. A good friend of mine, entrepreneur Dave Cheston, who owns the site Kindlepreneur, he was the same way. He did a ton of research, read all these books before launching his online business, and his first payment that he received was $1. So I don't know whose hourly rate was worse, but either way, we were both willing to work for below minimum wage to get our businesses launched.
And in the end, I made $1. Just one. most people would have said, wow, what a failure.
And I'm not the only one that shares these sentiments. I just watched a recent video by Matt D'Avella, and he talks about the 3-year rule. In this video, he's interviewing some friends of his that were launching a podcast back in 2018 when everybody has a podcast. Even I have a podcast. But these guys knew that they didn't have the only podcast and that they weren't the only podcast launching that year, and that there was no way that their podcast would become an overnight success. So they gave themselves a 5-year grace period to allow them to just have fun in the process, enjoy it, to where they started measuring whether it was a success or not.
I think the default strategy is sit in a state of being available to opportunities, and that by not committing to something that's going to take up a bunch of time, you're somehow open to every opportunity. So you're winning the opportunity lottery.
Now, I love that take on it. I also love the fact that Matt decreased his rule from 5 years to 3 years just to allow yourself some time, because it's going to take time. There are going to be many big wins, small wins, and a lot of failures along the way. And if you're gauging your success based on every single day, especially after you just launched something, you're just setting yourself up for failure. As Matt said in that video, the 2 things that you have are patience and persistence.
Success will only come through a combination of 2 things, patience and persistence.
One of my favorite books of all time, Shoe Dog, which is the story of Nike's founder, Phil Knight. He shares his journey of having this big, audacious goal of launching his own shoe company. It took him 7 years. 7 years of working well below minimum wage before he finally launched Nike and hired his first employee. Whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, are you willing to work 1 year, 3 years, or 7 years, putting everything that you have into it until it finally happens? Because if you're not, then you're just setting yourself up for failure. There are so many amazing examples of entrepreneurs that were willing to invest every single penny that they had into their idea, making sure that it didn't fail. Are you one of those people? Let me know in the comments below if you're willing to work for below minimum wage to get your idea off the ground to where it's finally making you some real money. All right, y'all, hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, this is Jeff Rose reminding you that it's your money, it's your life, and only you can make it awesome. Peace.